Hey everybody, welcome to Becoming Your Own VIP, Mind, Body, and Soul. Tonight, I wanted to talk about how spirituality came into my life, how God became present in my life. And a lot of that had to do with my life circumstances, things I've experienced, things I was tired of, and praying hard because I was ready for a change. And when I found what was missing, because I always felt like something was missing, answers and not understanding what was reasons for certain things, whether that's within myself, my behaviors, hurts, pains, mysteries, just looking around, just like, wondering how certain things was created. Have you ever had that question in your life? Like, man, how was such and such created? Just simple as that. How did God create a bird, a bug? How did he make it so that we could think so in a way that we don't even realize we're thinking? In a way our bodies, our minds, and everything works cohesively together. How is it? These are the questions I used to have. But seriously, I hit a rock bottom moment. And I was substituting a lot of things in my life. Alcohol, smoking weed, I was doing a lot of stuff in my life. And it was impacting my life, my emotions, and what I was doing in order to deal with those emotions. And I hit a part that said no more. Something deep inside of me just said no more. And I was just praying. And that was the only thing I could think of that I could find an answer to my solution for. When sometimes, like therapy, stuff like that. Yeah, you can go to therapy. It wasn't really working. And I'm just going to be real with that. It's nothing to be ashamed about. This is my truth. And when that's not working, where else do you turn? And something inside of us tells us to pray, right? Why do we pray if there really wasn't anything else we could pray to? We're not praying just because of the fact, we just feel like talking it out and being done with it. No, because we feel that there's something higher out there that's going to be able to provide the answers. That's when my life had turned around. And inside, I just started having all of the answers. And it had to do with past pains that I was carrying and not healing. Therapy, yes, is helping and all that, but there were other things that I personally, spiritually, was not fulfilling within myself. So you can do your mind, therapy. You could do your body, cleansing, whatever. You could do your emotions, again, part of your therapy. But if you're not focused on that last aspect, which is your spirit, your soul, then there's always going to be that missing link. You're not going to have the answers you're searching for if you don't incorporate everything. And that's that piece that I was missing. So once I was able to pray and like nonstop, I was on it praying, asking questions, things I've always wanted to understand. Why did I feel this way? What was the even purpose of this? Because I was destructive with how I was drinking to hide aspects of me. And even if it wasn't drinking, there were certain things I would feel scared, fearful of certain situations, certain people that I would push down. And then no matter how straight I thought I was, how confident in a situation I was, it would just come bubbling up to a surface, and all of a sudden I was lost again. I was in chaos. I was anxiety based, and didn't even know why, didn't even know how. I knew I didn't want to be taking these medications for the rest of my life, the anxiety medications and stuff. There just had to be other ways, other answers. So, praying devoutly, truly, I was answered. And it started with showing things in my life within me that started since when I was a child. What scared me, where that fear began, whether that was with my father, my mother, the lifestyle I was in, things of that nature. If you can relate, I pray that this resonates with you. But dealing with those things, or should I say not dealing with those things, as an adult, we adapt. But how I adapted was by pushing it away. And quite frankly, hiding myself in a lot of ways from certain people, the world. I only experienced or put myself out in certain situations, mostly like if I wanted a relationship with select few individuals and stuff like that. So I kept my circle small as a way to protect myself. And then when being around larger scenarios, social settings, things of that nature, anything that may trigger me, made me become fearful, then usually it was in a social environment where I could drink and hide those scenarios. Or maybe it was maybe an intimate situation, and those feelings will surface, and I would drink then too, just so I can deal, right? So when I recognized all those things within me that I can no longer ignore, and my body, mind, spirit, everything about it said, no, I'm not going to allow you to ignore it anymore. I had to listen, and I had to do it, and I changed my life. I just stopped. I stopped drinking. I stopped smoking. Now, drinking happened first. Smoking happened a little shortly after. But I stopped. And it wasn't about trying to break it off slowly. I just said no more, and I stopped. I'm not saying it's going to be easy for anybody else, but when I was that tired, I'm telling you, I was that tired. God granted miracles in my life I didn't even see coming. How do I know this? We have intuition, we have these things, but you receive these knowings within you, okay? And you just feel directed. And you just have this intuition. So my intuition was, I'm done. How can these questions that I had to ask, and you have to ask yourself key questions, and these answers come up within you. And deep down inside, you always knew it. It's just you weren't ready to put forth the work and effort that it would take to heal. Okay? So part of the triggers I recognized was I was also empathic. So you could take on other people's emotions while in certain settings. And if you don't know that, then you receive anxiety, you receive all these energies around you don't even know. So without me being able to pray, go deeper, I would have just done surface level and done therapy, things of nature. But truly, we are all empathic, and because we're all energy, and we are taking on other people's energies, and we don't even know it based off of the environment we're in, the emotions someone else has currently going on because of their own hurts and pains. Hurt people. Positive people share their positivity, stuff like that. So we're energy, yin and yang. whatever environment we're in, whatever we're ingesting, watching, speaking, these are the energies that are existing around us. So if we're in a room and all these people are angry, we're taking on that anger. If we're in a room where all these people are sad and desperate and hurt and depressed, we're taking on that energy. If your partner at home is mad, you're taking on that energy. Your parents, you're taking on that energy. You just recognize you're taking on energies. If you're sitting here watching Facebook, or scrolling through Instagram, and you're having thoughts of envy and stuff like that, you're ingesting that type of mentality within you, and you're getting that negative energy within you because you're being envious and jealous, instead of taking those situations and admire, and then really put forth again effort to have that lifestyle for yourself. So it's really important what we're watching, we're eating, drinking, and surrounding ourselves with, what we're speaking. If people are talking about people all the time and you're around and you're gee hee hee ha 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 and talking right along with it, well, that's coming back at you too. Okay? It's about cleaning up our lives. And that's something I had to do. And slowly, as you clean up your life from all the toxicity from bad foods like fast foods, a lot of greasy foods, whole bunch of sweets and junk foods. Once you clean up stop watching TV, that, news that's negative, and reality shows and court shows and all this stuff that's negative and stuff like that. Once you start cleaning up your life, you start allowing yourself to raise energetically, and your heart is starting to clear. Your heart, all your chakras are talking to you about all the things you bury deeply within you that you suppressed and repressed, that needs to be seen and healed, and be strong enough to deal and clear with that. Now, did I know all that was going to happen when I started praying deeply and trying to find the answers? No. But I started seeking answers. I started researching. I started going further than just the typical therapy. I went to look at holistic aspects of why we are this way. And when you think about it, why is it not taught in school? What is the meaning of not having everything at our fingertips that can truly help us, versus just, saying, oh, take this medication so you can drown that out and suppress it even more? No, that's not going to help you. That's the easy aspect of it, the same as drinking, whatever. It could support you on your trying to understand things, like if you really are seriously depressed, stuff like that. But there are dis-eases within us that were created by emotions that we have not healed. And once we heal those, the dis-eases will go away. But the toxicity builds up within us emotionally, verbally. We absorb it, we speak it, we feel it. Our energy brings toxic people into our lives, because that's what we're magnetizing to ourselves. So once you start cleaning it up, you have to face it. It's just like after you've been eating pizza and donuts and stuff like that for a long time, it's time to go work out in the gym. It's going to take some effort. It's going to take some work. And you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm fatigued. I'm tired. I can't keep doing this. But you got to keep taking it one step at a time. And what I had to learn was to face my own demons that I've shut away in a closet, deep in the back of the closet. And again, Earth is our school, and we are all here to pull that out and call us out on that stuff. And we feel like we're a victim mentality on that. Oh, you're just saying that to hurt me. No, they're not saying that to hurt you. It hurts so deeply because it's something that was already said to you and done that you hadn't healed, and they're triggering it because it's still something you have not yet healed and faced. And it's called just be strong and take care of yourself once and for all. See all the things that people are saying to you and really delve deep as to why does that hurt? When did that core wound first exist within me? and start clearing it out. And then start researching what empath means, so you can say, you know what, oh my gosh, I can relate to this. Start finding answers instead of going out and putting band-aids on it by going to party and kicking with your friends and smoking, drinking, and going out and eating and burying emotionally eating or emotionally shopping or sexually healing. Stop with all those distractions for just a second, because once you start clearing away all the toxic emotions and behaviors and traits, you start uncovering truly who you are, what you can do, what you can accomplish, what you can be, which is way more than we are right now. You find confidence that you didn't even know you had. And it really just takes one step at a time. And it starts with caring and loving yourself. Through loving yourself, to know yourself. And I can go into a topic on that too, because I thought knowing yourself was something simple, like knowing myself so I'm strong enough to do this or to accomplish this. But honestly, knowing yourself means knowing the positives and negatives of yourself, but loving yourself anyway, so that no one else can tear you down, because you built yourself up. And by building yourself up, whatever happens in your life, you know you're okay. And by building yourself up, you see through different eyes, through love, so that you know what you've been through to heal. And the healing journey never ends. Again, I'll go into more videos. The healing journey never ends, but at least this way you'll have compassion for yourself. And then when you see other people dealing with their life lessons, you have your cup filled so that you can love and support them while they go through their, not carry them, not allow them to depend on you to heal them, but to support them, because you know what it means to have went through it yourself. One of the hardest things we want to deal with is our own pain. We'll rather feel happy and joyous, loved, supported, accepted. But we depend on other people to give that to us, versus us first depending on ourselves to deliver it to ourselves, to know that that's how much we're loved. Because whatever so-and-so says, because they're hurting, I love myself enough to know that you're hurting. And I understand that you're hurting. You set your boundary. You show compassion, kindness while setting that boundary. And how can I be of service to assist you healing your pain? Just by being there. I don't even really have to say a word except for I'm not going to accept that. I'm chill. I know who I am. And what's really going on, okay? Because you're lashing out, and it's your inner child that's lashing out right now. So what part of you is hurting right now that you are saying these exact words to me right now? That you can help heal, but again, you cannot take that on for themselves because you got your own stuff to heal. Now, again, I made a message earlier that if what they're saying to you triggers you, that's something your inner child needs to heal. But if you're good, it's them lashing out because something is happening with their inner child. And you just happen to be that person that can be of service at that moment to comfort them, to love them, to remain calm, patient, forgiving. And you're to go through your journey so you can help others go through theirs. Again, we are all teachers and we are all students. I was a student. I am a student. Well, we will never stop being a student. and we teach our lessons as we go. Just take one step at a time is what I've learned. You don't want to face those fears. I know I didn't. I didn't even know I was going to have to face those fears. Man, when I was praying so I could get answers to heal, you know, we're always thinking of a quick fix. We're thinking that it's going to be something easy. Anything worthwhile is not going to be easy. You have to put in love, dedication, consistency, and discipline. And let me tell you that those things will not always be there. You may fall back a little bit because it may be getting a little bit too much. But you get back up. You don't stop because you love yourself too much to stop. It's kind of like, you know, when losing weight was like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. And I'll do it tomorrow. But every time we say we'll do it tomorrow, then it all of a sudden adds up to 6 months later. Well, if you just take one step at a time, you'll be amazed at the progress you make within that 6 months window. It may have been small, but it's way more than you would have done if you did absolutely nothing. I took those steps, and I've been clean of alcohol and drugs for a year, over a year. And it's a blessing. I don't crave it. I don't want it. I'm not hiding anymore. I'm not running anymore. The things that we experience, we have to be willing to have faith and trust and love to endure, to be resilient, and being willing to know that you are and truly worthy of healing and letting go of all of the old toxic cycles in your life. And when I think about when people say, oh, it's hard to do the right thing, you know, it's easy to pick up a donut and just eat the donut versus going out and go work out, right? But when you truly look at the impact that that donut makes, how you feel after you have how many drinks, or after you feel after you've talked about a certain person or hurt a person, after you said something that you cannot take back, after you've been in a toxic, abusive relationship, after you've been in a codependency relationship with whatever, and when I say relationship, that could be your family, your friends, your work, and or your lover, your spouse. When you look at what you had to go through, that was hard too. But what you were doing was in automatic programming, the way things always have been. You just winging it, and the end product is where you are today. You don't recall it being so hard because of the fact it was just that automatic. You were not being aware of any of the scenario. It happened so fast, you just had to deal with it. But what you felt afterwards, that's what I want you to remember when you say it's too hard to make these changes. Because yes, it might be too hard to heal the hurts and the pains that happened in your life, to really look and see what happened to you, why it happened to you, and how you continued it throughout your entire life, right? It might be hard. It might be scary. You may cry. You may cry so many tears that you haven't cried in so long. Let it cleanse. Let it purge. Let it release. Let it go. Because this is for the rest of your life. And it's not automatic. It's not reactionary crap, right? It is you being mindful and purposely flexing your muscles, saying, I'm choosing something different. And that's like walking up a mountain. But when you get one step in front of another step, and another step, and another step, and another step, and don't stop, just take a step. And when you look back, and when you see how far you have come, and when you know that what have hurt you before will never hurt you again, when you know that you're protected, you're safe, you have a higher power that truly has always been there for you, you were just so deep in the dark, you couldn't find your way to the light. The joy that will surface within you, it will all be worth it. So before, where you have regrets and settling, staying status quo, staying stagnant, not achieving the dreams that you think you could dream up and actually become, it's going to start showing that you can. Start reading more. Start developing yourself more. You don't need to go to college if that is the barrier you feel you face. If that's your limitation, well, I have to go to college to learn this. Not necessarily. Why don't you start by reading, watching videos? Let it at least plant a seed within you if that's even something you're interested in. Start educating yourself, building yourself up, and you're going to start seeing, oh my God, I can do this. I can open any book, watch any video, learn anything, talk to anyone, because we're all students and teachers, and build myself up. And if I want to go to school because I feel confident enough that this is something I'm truly passionate about, then go to school. It's whatever you want to do. That's the thing. But what are you going to do now? Are you going to listen to the part of you that says you can't do it, or the part of you that says you can? The part of you that says, well, this is how it's always been, or the part of you says, but I'm done and I'm ready for something more. It comes down to our choices. Break your cycles. You can change your life. You have the power within you to make absolutely any choice that you make. You have the power to destroy. You have the power to build. And I'm praying that you go ahead and take this opportunity to build yourself up. Anyone that has a successful life started somewhere. You look at Instagram, it's instant. You see the instant photo of happiness. You don't see what happened step by step by step by step to get to that. How many hours someone had to stay up to study, how many hours they had to put into a project, how many hours that they had to take to educate themselves, how many hours it took to talk to your partner so that you guys can have an understanding as to who you are, who I am, how I love you anyway, and we're going to work this out no matter what. These are the things I've learned. That is not something I knew before. I had to learn. I don't care how old you are. If you don't know, you don't know. You did the best you could. Now choose to do better. Learn. Expand yourself. Because anything is possible. And wouldn't you like to start living your best life right now? So just take a step. Start cleaning up your life. What you're ingesting, what you're watching is ingesting. What you're choosing to listen to is ingesting. What you're choosing to eat is ingesting. What you are choosing to speak, you are putting out into the world to hurt or to empower someone else. When you call yourself names and use negative self-talk, think about that. Your words are building yourself or tearing yourself down. Where did that begin? And where can you say no more and stop? So take this time to really listen to what I'm saying right now. Ask me any questions. I pray that this resonated with you. I won't make it too long of a video. I'll make more. But take this time to start cleaning up your life. I'm about to go to sleep. You have a good night, and God bless. And thank you for watching Becoming Your own VIP, mind, body, and soul. And have a good night.